All right, welcome everyone. So on Shabbat and holidays, we have a prayer that's, it's just part of the routine for so many of us. Musaf, the additional prayer. But what if that simple translation, that word addition, is hiding a secret of cosmic proportions? What if it doesn't just mean one more prayer service, but an entirely new dimension of reality, one that's actually born from a massive overflow of pure divine joy? So today, we're going way beyond the prayer book. We are diving deep into a blueprint for creation itself. Okay, so here's the roadmap for today. First, we're going to tear apart that word addition and see what's really inside. Then, we're diving into the cosmic blueprint of balance, the engine that actually powers all of reality. From there, things get really interesting because we're going to uncover the secret of this overflow, this incredible surplus of joy. That's going to lead us straight to something called Yesod, the cosmic conduit. And you'll see how this isn't just one pipe, it's a 72-channel superhighway of life-giving energy. And then, the best part, we're going to take this huge cosmic map and show you how to use it in your own life. All right, let's start with what we all think we know. We're going to take a word we say all the time, maybe without even thinking about it, and we're going to deconstruct it. Because buried inside this word is one of the great, great secrets of the Zohar. Yeah, we are talking about the word Musaf. Exactly. So, what does Musaf actually mean? I mean, beyond the surface level. We all know the simple translation, right? The one from Hebrew school. But like everything we talk about here, that simple meaning, it's just the doorway. The real question isn't what does it mean in a book? It's what does it mean in the actual programming language of the cosmos? So here's the standard definition, our starting point. Musaf. It's the additional prayer. It comes from the Hebrew root yesef, which just means to add. It's that extra service we do to mark a special holy day. Look, it's simple, it's straightforward, and yeah, on a functional level, it's correct. But, and this is a huge but, it is only the very first, thinnest layer of something so much deeper. And this is where we pivot. This is the crucial question. What if the prayer is named after a cosmic process? Think about that. What if the addition it's talking about isn't about adding 20 minutes to our day, but about adding something to the very fabric of reality? That right there is the mystery we're cracking open today. The name Musaf isn't just a label. It's a giant flashing neon sign pointing to a massive event in the spiritual architecture of everything. So to even begin to understand this cosmic addition, we have to get a handle on the engine that makes it happen. And this isn't some static diagram on a page. This is a living, breathing, dynamic system. And it's all built on the tension and ultimate harmony of two fundamental opposing forces. Let's look at the two great pillars of creation. So you have these two primary forces that are, in a way, polar opposites. On one side, you've got Chesed, loving kindness. This is the infinite, completely unrestrained drive to give, to expand, to just flow outward with no limits. It's pure, unbounded love and generosity. But if that's all there was, it would just wash everything away. So on the other side, you have its perfect counterpart, Gevurah, discipline. This is the force of containment, of structure, of drawing lines and setting boundaries. It's the power of precision and judgment that gives form and shape to that infinite flow of Chesed. So what happens when these two cosmic opposites meet? Well, the goal of the entire system is to bring them into a perfect state of harmony. And this incredible reconciliation happens in the central column, in the Sephirah we call Tiferet, which means beauty or harmony. Tiferet is that perfect sweet spot, that point of equilibrium where the infinite love of Chesed is perfectly structured by the pinpoint discipline of Gevurah. And it's not a watered-down compromise. It's a powerful synthesis that creates something new, truth, real compassion, and incredible beauty. And this, right here, is where our real investigation kicks off. Because perfect balance isn't the final destination. It's not the end of the story. It's the launch pad. It's the moment when something completely new, something totally unexpected, is generated. This isn't just about finding a stable middle ground. It's about what happens when that stability becomes so perfect that it starts to create an overflow, a surplus. And boom, here it is, the whole secret, laid out right in the Zohar. And from that surplus of joy, the foundation of the world emerges, and it is called Musaf. I mean, just let that sink in. Pay attention to those words, surplus of joy. The perfect balancing of give and take, of expansion and contraction, doesn't just create a neutral, static, everything's fine state. It produces an excess, a superabundance. And the Zohar is very specific about what this excess is made of. Pure joy. This concept, this surplus of joy, or Tosafet Deshedva in the original Aramaic, is everything. This is the key that unlocks the whole thing. It's a creative energy that goes way beyond what's needed for simple balance. You could say it's an expression of divine delight in the beautiful harmony that's just been achieved. The system isn't just working, it's thriving. And the proof that it's thriving is this incredible, generative overflow of joyous creative potential just bursting out. Okay, so what happens to this surplus? This incredible, superabundant joy doesn't just, evaporate. It becomes something. It coalesces. It takes on a form, and it literally creates a brand new channel, a whole new reality within the divine architecture. Okay, I want you to really picture this. Imagine the middle pillar, Tiferet, just humming with this perfect, beautiful harmony. It's glowing, it's stable. But then, something incredible happens. From the very heart of that balance, a radiant new current of pure joy just spills downward. And it's not a leak, it's not an accident, it's a deliberate, powerful overflow of sheer abundance. This current begins to form, to coalesce, into a brand new, living, pulsating conduit of light and life. That new channel, that's the Sephira of Yesod, the foundation. It is literally born from the joy of perfect balance. And this is the big reveal. This new channel, Yesod, is the cosmic Musaf. It is the addition to reality that the Zohar and the prayer are secretly talking about. Think about it. It wasn't part of the original equation of balancing Chesed and Gevurah. It was born from their success. It's an addition that comes not from a problem that needs fixing or a gap that needs filling, but from a state of complete, overflowing, joyous abundance. Okay, let's get practical with an analogy. Let's call it cosmic engineering. Think of the universe as a massive power grid. On one side, you've got Chesed. That's your power generation plant, pumping out basically infinite energy. On the other side is Gevurah. That's the load, the demand. Every city, every home, every single thing that needs power. Now, Tiferet, that's the moment of perfect equilibrium. Supply perfectly matches demand. The grid is stable. But what happens if your system is so efficient, so perfectly tuned that it starts generating a massive surplus of clean energy? What do you do with it? You don't just let it bleed off. No way. You build a brand new high-capacity distribution network to route that surplus and use it to power entirely new worlds. That new network, that is Yesod. Or hey, for all you gamers out there, here's another way to look at it. You've got your attack meter, right? That's your Chesed, all-out expansion. And you've got your defense meter. That's Gevurah, your structure, your shield. Now, a beginner just mashes one button or the other. But a pro learns to balance them perfectly. A perfect parry, followed by a perfect strike, back and forth, in perfect rhythm. And when you hit that perfect flow state, you don't just, cancel each other out. No, something amazing happens. A third meter starts flashing on screen. It's your ultimate ability, your limit break. It's this whole new stream of power you didn't even have access to before, and it was unlocked only by perfectly harmonizing attack and defense. That new power bar, my friends, that is Yesod. That is the cosmic Musaf. Okay, so we've got this unbelievable surplus of joyous energy, and it's flowing into this brand new channel, Yesod. But this isn't just a fire hose of raw, chaotic power. No, Kabbalah is all about precision, about brilliant and intelligent systems. This flow is highly organized, it's encoded, and it's distributed through what you could call a divine network. And the key to understanding how this divine distribution network operates comes down to one number, 72. This number isn't random. It represents the incredibly complex and beautiful structure that takes the raw abundance from Yesod and translates it into specific, life-giving frequencies that our reality can actually absorb and use. So check out how this works. The 72-letter name of God, it basically functions like a divine operating system. It takes that singular, undifferentiated light of joy flowing through Yesod, and it acts like a prism, refracting it into 72 distinct channels. Think of each channel as a specific flavor or frequency of loving kindness, perfectly tailored for a specific purpose. And where is all this directed? The target is the final Sephira, Malkut. That's our physical world, our reality. This is literally the mechanism for how cosmic, abstract joy becomes the concrete nourishment that builds and sustains our entire world. So we've gone on quite a journey, right? From a simple prayer to the engine room of creation to the birth of this cosmic channel and this wild 72-part distribution network. But this isn't just some abstract story about the cosmos. This blueprint, expansion, contraction, harmony, and then surplus. This is the user manual for our own lives. The whole point is that we are designed to become generators of this surplus joy ourselves. So this is where it all comes home. This is the question for all of us to sit with. What is the Chesed in my life? My drive to give, to connect. And what's my Gevurah? My boundaries, my discipline, my structure? Am I all out giving, burning myself out with no structure? Or am I all rigid discipline with no flow, no love? This whole cosmic blueprint is challenging us to look at our own lives as a system that's meant to achieve that beautiful harmony, that Tiferet, and from there to actually produce an overflow. And here's what this looks like, on a normal Tuesday. It's about balancing giving and receiving. Are you someone who only gives and never lets yourself receive? That's an imbalance. It's about integrating intense, focused work, your Gevurah, with joyful, expansive rest and play. That's your Chesed. It's harmonizing cold, hard logic with warm, flowing emotion. And in the way we speak, it's about learning to speak with both kindness and truth, not one at the expense of the other. And maybe the highest level of all, getting to a place where you give not just because somebody has a need, but because you have generated such an internal surplus of love and energy and joy that it simply has to flow out of you. And that surplus that you generate, your own personal Toseft Gevurah, that becomes your Yesod. It becomes the foundation from which you can truly and sustainably nourish everyone and everything around you. It's that extra bit of patience you have for your kids at the end of a long day. It's the creative energy you bring to your community. It's the stability and abundance you radiate out into the world, not from a place of duty or obligation, but from a place of genuine, overflowing, authentic joy. Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.